The means of communication at our fingertips. We have phones and faxes and computers and modems and cellular units, but somehow there isn't a lot of real communication taking place, especially in your doctor's office. And it is not only important to keep those lines of communication open between you and your doctor, it's absolutely essential to your health. There can be serious consequences if communication is poor. LifeWorks talks with Dr. Martin J. Bass, Professor of Family Medicine at the University of Western Ontario. And welcome again to LifeWorks.
Hello.
First of all, you go to a doctor, you know you're not feeling well. You know the doctor doesn't have a whole lot of time. Do you take the time to tell him a whole long story of what you think is wrong with you, or do you anticipate certain questions?
It's a good idea to have thought a little bit about what the doctor's going to ask you before you go in. And I have a lot of patients who come in with lists of things that they want to make sure that they tell me. And I think that's not a bad idea. The other thing is to make sure you tell the doctor what your concerns are.
Could you give us an example, too, of maybe some of the questions that you as a doctor would ask a patient? For example, if they have pain in their left arm.
Okay. I would start by saying, tell me about it. That's a really open question and gives them an opportunity to tell me exactly where it's coming. If the pain's there after they hit somebody, then that'll be a little different than pain that comes on when they're walking upstairs. So the next kinds of questions I would ask would be very detailed questions about how long have they had it, when does it come, what makes it better, what makes it worse, and have they done anything that's changed its nature. So those are the kinds of questions that it would be nice if they had thought about the answers.
Now, if you're asking the patient these questions, how do they know what to say and what not to say? You know, do they tell you about every little thing, what they ate, what they didn't eat? What's important to you as a doctor?
I think they should tell us whatever they think is important. I can sort it out. I'll direct them back. If they want to tell me about their cousin Charlie, that's okay if it's relevant to the story. If it's not, I'll just move them back into the line of conversation. So I think whatever they feel is important is what they should be what I should be hearing.
Now, I would think as a doctor you find circumstances where patients come to you, they've left it too late, and many times early detection is the best treatment possible. How do we know then as a patient when to go to the doctor for a minor thing? If it is indeed a minor thing, do we run to emerge, or do we make an appointment, or do we figure, oh, it'll just go away? Is
this little discomfort I'm having in my chest just indigestion, or is it a heart attack?
Right,
that's the kind of dilemma. And many people come very late with problems like heart attacks. I think what you should be doing is, if it's out of the ordinary, if it's something that you've never experienced before, or it's going on too long, or it's causing you more distress than you think it should be, that's when you should come.
That's very helpful. Thank you again for joining us on LifeWorks.
Thank you.
Certainly need to keep those lines of